why did I write my latest book? It really started when I was 21 in undergraduate university when I co-founded my software company. And in those days, there wasn't a lot of support from the community. The community was very immature, the tech community. There wasn't advisors, there wasn't mentors, there wasn't community structures such as Community Tech. And in hindsight, when I look back at that, I realized that perhaps I could have done it differently, perhaps better, if I had had an advisor or a mentor. So the book idea came about from this idea of if I could gather this advice into one place, short readable articles people would look at and come back to again and again, that would be a real help. So that's the high level goal, is getting people out of the university environment into companies.
When people ask me what type of lawyer I am, I say I help entrepreneurs build successful companies. And so I think my most important achievement consistently throughout my career has been to incentivize individuals who have a dream of building their own company into taking that step and all the baby steps thereafter to take a shot at building a successful company. Particularly when you're a young person and maybe have less responsibilities financially and with dependents, it's a great time to start a company, to take a shot, take a risk, and be able to say 20, 30 years down the road, I gave it a shot. And of course, if you succeed, there's no success like it in business.
My specific advice would be, one, to have a bias for action and the courage to do it. The courage to actually launch it and do it. Coupled with the humility to admit where you have shortcomings and the humility to ask others for help.
What we see as being the real determinants of success of startups is how hard they work and little else. And I think that people tend to forget about this fact. And it's something I remind my kids of on an ongoing basis, that it is, if you want to be, a great hockey player, you want to be a famous, rock star, you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you're going to be working all the time. And I think that people who think they want to come into, sort of startup land because they want to be their own boss and control their own destiny, they probably can figure out how to do more of a, lifestyle type of business, but they're not going to have the huge success.
All technology has its challenges because a lot of it's new. And so from the customer's perspective, they never quite know how it's different than what came before, how it's going to benefit them, and whether or not they should even entertain it, because they get a bit jaded. They hear so many alternatives and opportunities and technology. So as soon as you can get into their shoes and understand the value of what you do for them, the results, the benefits, and that WIIFM, the what's in it for me. If you go in with a supply and demand model, you've got it backwards. If you have a demand and supply model, that's really interesting. You're going to get it right.